Murder, murder she wrote. Murder she wrote. Mrs. I got things are so pretty round this time of year. I can't ignore it. I cannot ignore it. Yeah, Mrs. I got.
Okay, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kenya, and originally when I started this channel, it was gonna be about beauty, lifestyle, makeup, hair, and it's still gonna be that. But I'm just coming from the point where my life has changed within the past few. My life has changed a lot since I've been on YouTube. And I really want to dedicate myself to this channel. I want to see it grow. I want to meet people, and not in person or anything. Like, I just want to meet people online. I mean, if it happens that it turns out that we meet in person, cool. But I just want to build a community. And I want to build a community including single moms, because I'm a single mom. So this channel is just going to be how I am currently navigating my life, but as a single mom. And that isn't my title. That isn't what I identify as. It's just a situation that I'm in. You know, hopefully one day I'm not a single mom, but this is what I'm doing right now to heal myself, to make sure my kids have a better life, to make sure we all have a better life. So this channel, this video is gonna be my goals as a single mom, or what I'm doing as a single mom to improve my life. You know, I didn't really see much content for single moms when I became one. I spent a lot of time on TikTok, and I would see like single mothers talking about, you know, things that I wasn't really interested in. I had to completely turn around my algorithm, because now I'm seeing single moms lose weight, get their degrees, buy a house, and that really inspired me because, you know, when you become a single mom, it's almost like society was waiting for that to happen so they could tear you down. You know, being a single mom has really just opened my eyes and just show me my strength, you know? And I want to be able to show that. I want to be able to inspire other women and be inspired by other women, and that's the whole point of this channel. So, my name is Kenya, and I'm a single mom of twin boys, and these are the things that I'm doing to improve my life. So, I guess I should start with like building a soft life routine. Let's talk about, I have 5 points that I really want to address, but it all starts with my vision board, which I'm going to show you guys. So this is my vision board, and you can see I have career and personal growth, I have soft life, I have social life and relationships, I have health, wellness, and spirituality, I have lifestyle, content creation, because I do want to be active in content creation, you know, just motherhood, home life, and love life. My love life is me and my kids right now. So, but let's start with education and career. So, I originally got into college when I was 18, but things happened, and you know, I didn't take the path that I wanted. which we can do a story time. I actually got into St. John's with a scholarship, but I didn't complete school when I was that age. So I have done a few semesters of school on and off at community college, but nothing really permanent, nothing really that fueled me. Stanley. Nothing really that like made me feel like I was doing what I wanted to do. Nothing that felt like a real plan. So I have officially completed 1 full year of college consecutively at my local community college. And my major is visual communication and graphic design. If you want to look at my work, you can check my LinkedIn, which I'm gonna link. I'm gonna link all my links so you guys can look me up. Currently, I'm taking a break from Instagram, but you can still find me on TikTok. I post once in a while, and I'm gonna try to post more consistently. But yeah, now I am just focused on my visual communication and graphic design degree. I've completed 1 year, so all I have left is I'm back for the sophomore semester, so I have 2 years to complete, and I plan on getting my bachelor's. And once I get my bachelor's, I definitely want to get a master's in UX UI design, because I know that will, it combines my love for creativity, and it also is a good passageway to a legitimate, long-lasting career. So that's the reason why I picked this major and I picked this route for myself, because it's gonna make me money, it's gonna make me money. It's gonna give me the opportunity to provide for myself and provide for my children, because baby, I'm a little high maintenance, and I think my kids are too. But yeah, so you don't have to go to school. You can go to trade school. You can become an esthetician. You can start your own business. You can go whatever route works for you. But I need to be able to provide for my family, so that's the first step for me. Then what's next is I'm prioritizing my health. So I gained weight obviously when I was pregnant, but before pregnancy I always kind of struggled with my weight. But I finally found something that works for me, and it's all about being consistent. So I've lost 40 pounds in the past few months, and I plan to lose more. And pretty much what I'm doing is eating in a calorie deficit. I'm fasting, and I'm eating whole foods, and I'm also working out. And honestly, it's very important as a woman, because my goal is not only to be an excellent mother, but also I want to get married one day. I want to be a wife to somebody. I want my children to have a father, who steps up. So it's important that I take care of my physical from the inside out, because when you look good, you attract good. We just live in a world where looks aren't important. Health is important. I suffer from sleep apnea, so I'm exhausted all day. So really taking care of my health has helped me in so many ways. Like, my periods are lighter. I barely get cramps anymore on my period. It just, ever since losing 40 pounds, like, my body has changed significantly. And I can't wait to see how much more progress I make once I reach my goal weight. And if you want to see more of that, you can definitely look me up on TikTok, because I've posted some things on there regarding what I eat. And then I'm going to start posting maybe more workouts as I get more comfortable within my skin. But it's very important to take care of yourself. When I went to my doctor, they were like, "You're overweight." And I was like, yeah, but I don't have time to work out. I don't have time to do this. I have kids. And the doctor looked at me and said, "You have to make time." And that's the harsh reality of it. We live in a world where everybody's always on the go. You feel like you have no time for anything. By the time you know, you want to get something done, especially as a single mom. You're exhausted from taking care of your kids, but it's like your kids need you. They're gonna need you, and they need you to live, and they need you to be healthy. They need you to be able to toss a ball with them. They need you to run around with them on the playground. They need you to go to their basketball games and their football games and have energy to be in their life. And that's all and that's like my main focus for why I'm doing this. And I'm sorry, I'm getting so emotional. But I'm getting emotional because, like, I didn't find any of this. Like, there is content for single moms out there, but there's not enough, you know? And this isn't just for single moms. This is just for people. This is for women who just want to change their life and glow up. So this is what has been working for me, and I just want to share that with you guys. So taking care of your health, it's not just for you, but it's for the people around you, so they get to live. You know, I got to the point where I didn't even want to take pictures of my kids because I was so uncomfortable with my weight. But it's like, as long as tomorrow exists, you have another chance. You have another opportunity to have a better life for yourself. And your health is one of the main things. And honestly, I've learned, like, people just have more respect for people who are healthy, you know? That's the type of world we live in. And as a woman, like, you get judged a lot harder. And it's true, you know, there are some people who want to see you fall, but you can't think of those people. You just have to focus on yourself and just keep going. And that's the nicest way I can say that, because honestly, if you listen to like some of these gurus online, they're gonna tell you, yeah, you're fat. If you want a high value man, you better work out. They're calling women big bags and all this stuff. Like, you don't need to be bullied into being healthy. You just need to know that it's ultimately for yourself and for your loved ones. And it's for your health, and so you can have a longer life, so you can be active in life, so you can enjoy life. You know, when your back hurts from carrying so much weight and your feet are swollen, like, you're not having fun. I know I'm not. So, you know, working on my health has really helped alleviate these pains, and I'm on my health journey, so I will share more about it with you guys as this channel continues. So, the next thing, I guess I would say I'm building a soft life routine. So I've tapped into my spirituality. I've tapped into journaling. I've tapped into making vision boards, like I showed you my vision board earlier. And this is important because it pretty much gives you a roadmap, and it gives you a guideline to your life. You know, find some prompts online and just get a notebook and write about your day, write about your life, write about your experiences. You're gonna learn so much about yourself when you do this. And then with a vision board, it gives you a roadmap to where you're going. It helps you visualize it. It helps you manifest the life you want. And honestly, that's all I have to say about that. Like, having a plan is important, you know? It's very important. Self-care rituals as well, like doing a face mask, getting your feet done, taking a shower, doing your hair. Those are all, that kind of ties back into your health and wellness, but you know, this is like a derivative of it. All of this is about your health and wellness, to be honest, because I think there's spiritual health, mental health, physical health, all of those things tied together. But if you're able to manifest, a vision board has really put my dreams into a concrete idea in my head, and every day when I don't feel like going, I just look at it. Even my kids look at it, and they're only 2, they're gonna be 3 in November, but they look at it and I can tell they feel something from it, you know? And then another thing is raising my kids with intention. So I didn't have the best upbringing. You know, maybe I had material things, but I didn't have the things that I would say make a child feel secure in this world. I've struggled a lot with like my self-esteem and my decision making. And when I became a mother, it took me a little bit of time, but like within a year, I was like, I know that I want my kids to have a way better life than me. I always knew I wanted my kids to have a better life than me when they got here. Unfortunately, I didn't plan to have children at this stage in my life, but they're here now. So it's like thinking about how I want to raise my kids. You know, for my kids, I want them to have a trust fund. I want them to have a car by the time they're 16. I want to be able to get them an apartment by the time they're ready for college. I just want to set some things in stone for them, and that ties back to me getting my education and me creating a life and a space for them where they feel secure and loved. And that just goes to how you raise your kids. I know sometimes you're tired. Sometimes I get tired and I'm like, oh, get away from me. But being a mom is a sacrifice on its own. You know, when I think about my kids and the life I want them to have, I think about how I talk to them, how I act around them, what I put on TV, the lessons I teach them. It's all important to make sure that, you know, they don't repeat my mistakes. And they're gonna make their own mistakes, and I don't want to be the type of mom who's gonna be like, oh, you know, overprotective. I want a balanced relationship with my children. So that's the next part of my glow up. Just being aware of how I'm raising my children. Like, I have certain goals for them, and they're gonna be able to verbalize their own goals to me one day. And if we work together, we can give them a life. If me and them work together, I can give them the life that they deserve. You know, I want to teach my kids self-respect. And I'm raising 2 boys, you know, single moms of boys. It's tough on both sides, girls and boys. But when you have boys, you don't want them to repeat the cycle of creating a broken home. So it's very important the way you raise them. You want them to be proper gentlemen. You want them to be, you know, I hear a lot of things about boy moms, boy mom this, boy mom that. I don't know what that is. I'm just a mom who happens to be a mom to 2 boys. And I want them to be good husbands one day, good fathers one day, good brothers, good cousins, good siblings. And that all ties back into what I show them. So think about the person that you want your kids to be, and the person that they deserve to be, the life that they deserve to have, and be aware of your behavior and your actions and how they affect them. And I guess the last point on my list is protecting my peace. So right now I live at home, and I already told you guys I didn't have the best upbringing. So it's being a mom, you have to be strong. Being a single mom, you have to be strong. You know, you can't let the negativity of the world get to you. You have to protect your peace. You know, when it comes to dating as well, we struggle with that. You know, if a man doesn't want a single mom, there's a lot of other men that want single moms. You want to set boundaries. You know, you want to have the right friends and family around who are going to be there for you and your kids. You want to have the right village. So, you know, it's all about protecting your peace. And when you protect your peace, when you learn to stand up for yourself as a single mom, you'll learn to stand up for your children, and your children will learn to stand up for themselves. So I'm protecting my peace. I'm inciting boundaries with people. You know, if somebody is doing something to your child that you don't like, you have to be able to say it, because your child is looking at you for protection. So those are pretty much all the points that I have to make today. But this was a fun video to do. I plan on doing more. And yeah, I just made this channel, or I started this, series because I wasn't seeing enough content out there encouraging single moms, and I wanted to, and I was like, well, you know what? It starts, this is how it starts. This is how movements start. This is how change starts, to be the change that you want to see in the world. So I decided I would make some content encouraging single moms to keep pursuing their goals. I'm not the single mom that, is going to talk about, I'm still hunching on my baby daddy. Like, you're never going to hear that come out of my mouth. I'm not the single mom that's petty. I'm not a single mom that wants to be online all day being mad about my situation. I want to change my situation, and I want to inspire other women to change their situations, in a healthy, positive way. So if you like this video and you want to see more, just let me know in the comments. And make sure you like, make sure you comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. I love you all so much. Thank you for tuning in today. Bye.
Murder, murder she wrote. Murder she wrote. Mrs. I got things are so pretty round this time of year. I can't ignore it. I cannot ignore it, yeah.